greatest movie reviews and interviews. This is your entertainment ticket. YEticket.com.
Hey, this is Al McGee with your entertainment ticket at www.yeticket.com. Well, the film I'm going to talk about right now is called I Am Not Your Negro. Now, this is based on 30 pages of notes written by the great James Baldwin. You should know who he is. Read one of his books. No, read two of his books. He's a very intelligent author and also a person who observed life around the world, especially here in America. And the director, Haitian director, Raoul Peck, developed a plot out of those 30 pages of notes to put this documentary together. Now, the notes also is based on James Baldwin's recollection of Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Remember, they all got assassinated between 63 to 68. So, you know, he wrote these notes and he met these men too. And he talked to these men. He spent time with these men. So he has some very good notes on this. And Samuel L. Jackson, he's doing the voiceover in this documentary. Now, Raoul Peck put this plot together also based on some of the findings, or how can I say it, words and things from the FBI collection. Now, you know, the FBI, you know, they got collections on Dr. King, Medgar Evers, James Baldwin. But the FBI could not figure out who killed Kennedy at that time. You figure that out. Well, the film starts, you know, with the 2014 uprising in Ferguson, Missouri. And that's to give you, you know, a say, hey, this is still going on since the 60s. And also James Baldwin was observing this in the 60s, but it's still going on today, and we are observing this today. You got your notes for this? Anyway, Baldwin was the type of guy, though, he was not directed with any type of affiliation. He wasn't with, let's say, Black Panthers. He wasn't with the NAACP. He wasn't with SNCC. He wasn't with any group. He was an individual. And this is based on his personal notes and observation of racism in America. And he also wrote about how white men wrote these rules in America for us, African Americans, or back then in the 60s, Negroes, and how they really impacted us. Now, the director, Raoul Peck, I'm so glad that he did this. And, you know, it really shows you what went on at that time. Well, many of us should know what went on at the time, but this is through the eyes of James Baldwin. And James Baldwin really was an intellectual. Also, he shows how James Baldwin was on really on popular TV programs, for example, like the Dick Cavett Show and other shows, you know. Now, the FBI files on James Baldwin, you know, they talked about him being a homosexual and things like that. And that's another reason why James Baldwin didn't join a lot of groups too, because he knew in the 60s how many of these groups felt about homosexuals too. So that's why he was really an individual, because of his homosexuality. That's just part of it too. And James Baldwin also talked about movies, how they're racist, but also how he enjoyed them too, but how really racist they were. Now, Raoul Peck was a former Haitian minister of culture there in Haiti, but he became one of the great filmmakers, you know, who really is a great filmmaker. You all should really look up his work. Now, as I was watching I Am Not Your Negro, of course, I got a little, you know, emotional about it. And also, I felt that he did a great thing bringing this out about the works of Baldwin, and also Samuel Jackson voiceover really had a big impact for me while I was watching this documentary. Now, I will admit that Baldwin is one of the great writers of our time, and that Baldwin really was a great observer of American culture, especially during that time, racism and things like that. And this film, I Am Not Your Negro, will show you that. And I think Raoul Peck did a great job in telling this story and putting it together just on 30 pages of notes by the great James Baldwin, and also some of the things too from the FBI files. I'm giving this 3 palm trees out of 4 because it is above average. It is great to watch. And if you get a chance, see it. I Am Not Your Negro. I am not.
This is your entertainment ticket. Latest and greatest.